Evening, everyone. You're hereby summoned to attend the meeting of the Finance Committee of Hemsworth Town Council to be held in the main hall, Hemsworth Town Council Community Centre, Relation Road, Hemsworth, commencing at 7 p.m. on 17th of April 2025 for the purpose of transacting the following business. Apologies for absence.
Councillors Rushmer, Bates and Whitehead.
Declarations of interest. Councillors should disclose pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest in any items on this agenda. Minutes to approve the minutes of the Finance Committee meeting on the 23rd of January 2025.
Chair.
Second.
All for.
All for.
Against.
Pass. Budget update. To receive a budget update for the financial year to 31st March 2025.
Yeah, Chair, you want to? So this has been circulated to members of the committee, Chair. I should state that this is unaudited and the accounts for the year are unclosed, so still subject to some change. There may be some unrecorded debtors, creditors, prepayments and accruals, but generally, as far as we can tell, that is otherwise accurate.
Any questions? Balance update. To know the council's balances as of April 10th, 2025.
Would you like me to read them out, Chair? So as of the 10th of April, Chair, the balance of the current account was £2,636.25, the wages account £101.69, the savings account £4.51, and the deposit account £0. I will state that since the 10th we have received the first half of the annual budget and a great deal of income the first month, so the balances aren't currently that low.
Any questions? Investment update. To receive an update on the council's investment.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. So as of the 31st of March 2025, the council still owns 71,269 units, currently valued at £2.78 per unit, bringing the total investment to £198,172.82, which is an increase of approximately £1,500 on the last quarter.
Thank you. Any questions?
Those figures that you just given, 198k, that's depending on somebody buying them, isn't it? They can offer a lower amount. Anybody that wants to buy those shares can offer a lower amount, can't they?
Not as far as I'm aware, no. As far as I'm aware, the bid price, the bid price is fixed.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like, sorry,
Yeah.
Chair. So go through it to close. So it's basically like a pension type of investment in a way, isn't it, where you have what it's worth at the time.
Yeah.
Depends on Donald Trump.
Any more questions? Public question time. To receive questions pertaining to the committee's remit from members of the public.
Chair, can I just say something before that?
All right.
Bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gents, I'd just like to make a statement. So, during the council meeting on the 2nd of February, the council approved the movement of 30,000 from the reserve funds and 100,000 from the CCLA fund. The 30,000 was transferred, the 100,000 from the CCLA fund was not. This led to some cash flow issues on the 14th of the 3rd, 25. These issues meant that the amount left in the bank left the wages short by a figure of around £10,000. Other options were looked at, but there was not enough time to get the money into the bank accounts. £10,000 was lent to HTC. As this was classed as an emergency, council permission was not required. Just the clerk, the chair and the deputy chair had to give permission. As it was an emergency, this is entirely legal. YLCA were contacted and informed of the situation and agreed that it was not illegal and that the right course of action was taken. Councils were informed of the loan in the correct manner and timeline, again as confirmed by the YLCA. The loan itself was not from a lender but from a private individual. The terms are interest-free and has already been paid back. During the last council meeting, when a council said, "We won't have enough for wages," I replied that I would ensure there was, even if I had to pay it myself. I have kept this promise. And that's it, thank you.
Public question time to receive questions pertaining to the committee's remit from members of the public.
Can I ask a question regarding that statement?
It's what I think, it's up to Chair.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You stated that that's been paid back.
Yes.
Will that show up on the accounts?
Yes.
It'll show up on the account.
Will the accounts?
It'll be accounted for, yeah.
It'll be accounted for. Will the name of the lender be on there, or will that
Just
be redacted?
listen to the statement. Listen to the statement back, and you'll understand.
No, but if you're paying that 10,000 back out of public funds, then I'm presuming that the name of the lender
As I've
would
just
be on
said,
there.
listen to the statement back, and you'll hear who's paid it.
No, I can understand that, but I would recommend that if that name is put down, it's redacted.
I don't think that.
Chair? Yeah, so obviously the council has to report its expenditure. It can redact confidential information if information is deemed to be confidential.
A bank account, yes.
Whether that information is now confidential, but yeah, it certainly could be. To answer the question generally, it could be done. Yes, that could be done.
Changes my initial question that I had, but just to comment on that, I think we all know where that money come from then. As you say, listen back to what you said. Would it, and ultimately it's the council's decision, but because there's always allegations of people doing things wrong or underhand, would it not make more sense for that to be visible so that nobody can try and say it's for somebody else has lent it and they're going to get a benefit from doing that later down the line?
I think this statement does put that forward. To be honest,
it does if you read the if you understand the statement. Nobody's outright said I've lent that money.
so I am happy for my name to be left on the bank, but obviously I want my bank details redacted.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that.
Oh, obviously, I just think it solves anything, and thank you because
It was wages that needed paid.
yeah.
No. I will be honest with you. We didn't want it to get out because we didn't want staff to know. No staff know about this, with the exception of the clerk and the deputy clerk until this very moment. If they don't know, they do. But it wasn't done for any sort of rewards clapping. It was done just because people have mortgages and children.
No, but thank you, because without that, it could have been a lot worse, and people rely on that money. So I think you deserve the.
No, I don't want it. Thank you.
No, but I know you don't. But I think you deserve it. Anyway, the second one was just going back to the balance statements prior to receiving the money in. Just clarification: is that that's the bank balances? But in terms of accounting purposes, what did the year finish up against available for against essentially the budget?
Yeah, can we see? So again, just to repeat what I did say, these are at present unaudited. So
yeah.
This might not be this figure may change between now and the reporting of the.
Just to be clear, no agenda, Andrew. What this is about is just understanding you've had the new batch of money in. How much of that is going to go into the previous year? That's the question I'm asking, really.
Right. So the accounts for the previous year, there was a deficit of £108,000. In terms of the actual loan, as it were, the actual bank deficit, that was £10,000. So the bank was £10,000 overdrawn effectively. That was the state, hence the need for a loan.
Yes.
But the deficit on the account was £108,000.
So essentially, out of the money that's been received for the first half of this new financial year's money, 108,000 will be coming off of that to pay last year's deficit. Is that correct?
No.
Or have you now got the money out of the investment account to pay that off?
Not quite, no. So
because you had a deficit the year before as well, didn't you?
We did, yeah. So the deficit the year before left us with bank balances of around £110,000, around £100,000. No, around. Sorry, I can't remember the exact thing. It left us with a figure of around £100,000, we'll say, in the bank.
Yeah.
And this year, as I say, we've had a deficit of around £108,000.
So you should be using around £10,000
so using
out of
this current year
yeah.
to pay for last year's deficit.
Perfect.
So,
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thanks a lot.